I want you to show me how to get to know someone like you, someone like you. I want you to know me.
Welcome back to another episode of Truck Talks, guys. It's your host, Alli Rian, and we're back with Gwen again with the part 2 of Gwen's Truck Talks. We just left off on Gwen's love of oceans and roses, and now realizing that her room is probably beautiful because it has that aesthetic. So we will be diving in to more 15 connection questions. Are you ready, Gwen?
Yeah.
All right. What small gesture from a stranger made a big impact on you?
Well, probably the biggest thing, and I guess it wasn't really a stranger. Well, it kind of was. When I went to my new church that I'm at now, I didn't want to go. I was very reluctant because I've been to my other church for 14 years. I didn't want to go to a new church, and so very like, I don't want to. But the first day I went, my dad actually knew the pastor. He used to actually work as an intern for him because my dad used to be a pastor. So knowing that, and he came up to me and he's very nice, and I just remember he was really welcoming. And I also met the youth pastor, which I was really nervous about for obvious reasons. So I met him, and it was just kind of like he was very happy to see me and to have a new person, and just being able to see like just being myself and him not hating it was kind of great. So it was just kind of, I didn't know him that well, so he kind of wasn't a stranger, but he kind of was because it was my first time meeting him. But it was just kind of a good experience that kind of stuck with me.
Okay, just the idea that someone welcomed you with open arms and it just kind of made you feel at ease. Okay, I definitely agree that stuff like that is so nice. I mean, especially like when you start a new church or a job or you're going to a new school, it's one of those things where that person is like, I respect you to 1,000%.
Yeah.
Deja vu, is there more to it than coincidence?
When I saw this question, I was just kind of like, I don't think I have an opinion.
No?
It's just something I don't really think about.
Okay.
I think there's a nice question that says this though, so I won't get into it about dreams. Don't we have a dream question? Okay, so then I'll stop and I'll explain it in that question. But I don't really think about it. So I just don't really have an opinion, I don't think.
Okay, and that's totally fine. If it's a neutral area, just say neutral, I mean. What do you really like about yourself?
Well, I like that I'm really artistic.
Okay.
Because I don't know this is something I take very much pride in, so like drawing and singing and this. Things like that I take a lot of pride in, so it's probably the biggest thing that I like about myself, because I'm just able to be artistic, because for the longest time I thought I couldn't draw. I was like, no, I can't draw, I can't do it. Because my mom is a beautiful drawer, and I always thought, I was like, I can't do that. And then one day I just sat down and I drew, and I was like, oh my gosh, I drew something good. I was like, what?
It was in you all along.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you don't know it until you really try, and you're like, oh wow, and believe in yourself. Like, wow, I did something. But yeah, definitely artistic.
Okay.
Because I don't think I'm just thinking of something I take pride in, and that's the biggest thing I take pride in.
The ability to express yourself through other means. Nice. Have you ever dreamed something that came true? Here's the dream question.
Yes. So, reason I was going to say this is all the time. I literally had a dream that one of my friends will backstab me, and she did.
Okay.
I literally have had dreams, many things that were true. And that's why I don't people would call that deja vu. I wouldn't call that deja vu because I think just God tells me stuff through dreams to get me prepared. And there's one of those things like you don't even remember you had that dream until it happens, and you're like, oh my gosh,
yes.
I knew this was gonna happen.
I have those same things, but it's like for very insignificant things. Like I will open the fridge and I'll be like, I saw myself doing this somewhere, and then I'll have my mom say something and I can finish her sentence and I'm like, why can I do this? And like, oh
my gosh, there was one time, and this does not make sense to me whatsoever. I swear, okay, this is not so stupid, but I swear I can read people's minds. I like swear, like I can, because I was in this class because I was seeing, it was one of my college classes. We were doing it online because of all the stuff that happened. I had a Zoom call and we got into a breakout meeting. They had a breakout room. And I was with this girl. I talked to her maybe twice in this whole entire talk. We were talking about history events and controversial history events, right? We were talking about Hitler, okay? Which is very controversial. They were saying, like, if someone were to say Hitler was good, that'd be very controversial. And I was like, oh yeah. And then they're like, and then this girl was like, oh, this other controversial. What can I think of it? I was like, what was her name? I said, Amelia Earhart. She was like, yeah. How did you know? And I was like, I don't know.
I just thought of it.
Which is so strange. And I've done it multiple times. And like, I understand if I do it with my family, because my family, I'm around them 24/7, so it makes sense. But this is a completely random person that I've talked to, like I said, maybe twice. So I just think that's very strange. But back to the question, yes, I definitely have dreams that come true all the time, and it's always really deep stuff that I have dreams about, because I think it's like God telling me this is gonna happen, but I hope you know it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
So it's like him like setting me up for what's gonna happen, and so I have it a lot.
I completely agree. You probably have it in more of a event situation, where I have it in a moment situation. Like it's always like emotions I remember quite clearly, events I don't.
I'm the same way. I'm more like that too.
Yeah, so
and it's really funny how my dreams will be, they won't be like clear until because like sometimes they'll be like, I will be fish, and they'll be like, this fish was mad at this fish, and that's like my dream will be about fish, but then it'll be about that circumstance but in real life, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, wait,
it's a metaphor. Yeah completely understand that. I just have glimpses, like flashes, and it's like very strange because I'm like, well, that doesn't make any sense to the rest of the dream, and I'll forget it once I wake up, and then I'll be like, wait, like I'll ask him, it's like, have you said that to me before? Like, have you said that? Have we had this conversation? And I was like, oh, okay, well, I saw this before, so. Yeah, lots of strange looks. What do you consider your safe place?
Okay, so I've only been with once again. You'd think I'd say the ocean, but it's not. You know, I love the ocean. The one place where I was really happy, I was in Buena Vista, Colorado. It is a beautiful place. I've only been there one time, and it was 2 years ago. Well, Buena Vista means beautiful view, so it's kind of like, well, it's gotta be pretty, and it was absolutely gorgeous there. And like, we stayed at an Airbnb, and the Airbnb was really pretty, really nice, and we didn't even have like AC at the place, but it was like, the weather was so nice. You didn't need AC, and you could wear sweatshirts, and it was just like, sweatshirts is my happy place. So that's like probably my favorite place. And like I said, I've only been there once, but I absolutely love it there. Obviously, I would love to go to the ocean.
Right.
But that's like, Colorado's closer. The ocean's like 10 hours or more away. So. And car rides are not my safe place.
No. Do you like plane rides or car rides more?
Probably car rides, because I don't think I can go on planes. Well, I'm not really supposed to do either, but, you know, things happen. I have a heart condition, so I can't.
I didn't know that.
It's new.
Oh,
it's new.
I'm really sorry.
Newly found. No, it's fine. It's like a more mild heart condition.
When did you find out?
Let's see. I think it was a year ago, a year and a half ago. Yeah, I have this thing. It's really fun. It's called POTS, is what it's called.
Okay.
And it's called postural orthostatic. I always forget the T syndrome. I don't remember the T, but it's basically where, you know, when you like sit down, all your blood goes down.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you stand up, all the blood rushes to your head.
Right.
Well, basically, with me, if I stand up, there's like something blocking, so my blood can't rush up to the top. So my heart will have to beat really fast to get up to the top. So I have to get up like really slow. Like I can't jump, can't run, I can't do a lot of physical activity because if I get up too fast, I will pass out.
I'm
But
so sorry.
but I take this natural heart medication that I take that's really good for it, and I'm just really careful on myself. I take care of it pretty well. Like I still take care of kids and I'm fine. Like I'll run every now and again. It's just excessively.
Yeah.
Because it's very mild. It's still very there, but it's just kind of funny how I found out. Cause like when you get up too fast, your eyes kind of like go over black and then you kind of like come back into consciousness. And that's a lot of people say there's an iron deficiency, which is a thing, but mine was like a lot worse. And like I was at a point like every time I stood up, it'd be really high, and I was like every time I would go like that, and I'm like, what's going on? Like I was like, I was like, Mom, I did it again, and she was like, that's strange. And then I remember I did my heart rate one night on my mom's phone because she has a heart rate thing, and it said my heart was at 160. She was like, why the heck is that 160 right now? You just are standing, you're not even doing anything. But I just got up, and that's why it was at 160. And then we started looking into it, and we were like, oh. And we took, I have a kinesiologist, which he helps like with muscles and stuff, and he found out that like I have something wrong with like my back, and like he'll fix it for a day, but then it'll go back. And like I can't like I found out if I roll my shoulders back or like that, it'll hit it, and then my head will hurt really bad, and like I'll go like really weird. But I take care of it pretty well, and it's only if literally I'm like jumping or running for a long time or like going up and down is when it just really is bad. But yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not know.
No, you're sorry. But yeah, that's why it's like I hate both.
Okay.
Because I really don't think I can go on planes anymore, because that's like literally doing this.
Yeah.
So I don't think I can go on a plane. So, but I'm not always supposed to be in a car for that much longer, but I do anyways. So probably car ride if I had to pick between the two, but I hate both.
Okay. Stay at home it is.
Yep.
Maybe a train ride, if you can handle it.
Oh, I'd love to go on a train.
Yes. We have one in Newton.
They're so pretty.
And I really want to go. I don't have the cash for that. Nor do I want to pay that kind of cash.
Yeah, we have like around here like train tracks like every corner. Like there's a train track there, train track there, train track there. Like they're all around us.
So
always
cool.
get stopped by trains coming home.
I feel the pain. Would you ever want to see yourself through someone else's eyes?
No.
No?
That would be terrifying. To me, that would be so scary. Like, being someone else and seeing yourself, I feel like you would see yourself completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Because you would become the person that judges you on first sight. And so, you'd become the person that you don't want to be or you don't want to be portrayed as.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Like, I would hate to be, like, like, I would hate, it's so weird.
So there's...
Like, I think about that sometimes.
Yeah?
Like, ever since I was little, I used to think, like, what if, like, I would, like, try to think outside my body. Because I thought it was so strange. So I'd be like, how do I, like, control my arm? Like, that's weird. Like, how you can just control it.
Yeah?
And I would just overthink things to the point that I'd freak myself out, and then I would go to bed.
So for me, there's two different ways to look at this. You can either see yourself through someone's eyes that you know, or almost as like, you know in time travel movies where people will time travel to maybe 2 days before and they'll see that their past self, but from their own person, if that makes sense, like seeing yourself from in a third person view than a first person. So would you ever want that, or would that be terrifying as well?
I just think that would just give me anxiety, because that would give, like, you can't control yourself. Like, you'd be outside of yourself, so then, therefore, you can't control yourself in that moment, and so you're seeing yourself. Usually when you see yourself, you control it.
Right.
And so when you can't, it's like, oh my gosh, I want to fix it, and you can't. I would never want to see myself outside of myself, because I feel like it would just be like, ugh.
I can't do anything now.
Control freak.
It's okay. If there is one thing you could change about yourself right now, what would it be?
I've noticed this like a few times, but my overthinking. Sometimes it gets really bad to the point like I literally like stop myself and like hang out with people, or like because I just like, well, like an hour before things, I'll just be like, well, what if it goes wrong and then this happens, and it's like sometimes I just back myself out of it because I get too scared, and so I feel like that's like the thing I change is like overthinking is so bad. Like it's bad, but like literally like an hour before this call, I was like, well, maybe because I had like a headache earlier today, and I was like, well, maybe they say like I'm sick that I can not do it, because I was like, not anything against you or anything.
No, you're
like,
fine.
Just like overthinking things, and that's like one thing like I struggle with a lot, but it kind of roots from one thing, so it's like now I don't want to make multiple mistakes.
What makes you feel most alive?
I think like drawing.
Okay.
Because like when I had really bad anxiety attacks in middle school, I would draw, and that's what kept me level-headed, because I would just express my emotion through drawing.
Okay.
And so when I would have those extreme anxiety attacks, I remember one time like I had a really bad one, and like my mom like came in and she was like, what do you want me to do? And I was like, give me a pen and paper, and I literally just drew, and that is what got me through. So I feel like it just like drawing just keeps me sane and level-headed, so it would keep me just at a solitude state.
Is it because it gives you a feeling of like you can control what's on the paper, you can control what you draw, what is portrayed?
Yeah, and also when you have anxiety, you don't necessarily want to express it to anyone,
Right.
because it's a lot. It's
Right.
a lot, and so you don't want to put that on someone. So being able to draw it, you can put your emotions on the paper and also be able to be like, ha, I'm controlling you, dude. You don't have control over me.
And the beauty of it is that unless you explain it to someone else, nobody really understands all of the emotion that's in the drawing. So it's...
And sometimes it's like pretty dark stuff that you'll draw, and someone will be like, oh my gosh, that's so... It's like, no, it's not really. It's just because it's something that gets the emotion out.
Yeah.
It's not... It's like the scream from Edvard Munch. It's like something that's like very like, what the heck is going on here? And it's like, no, it makes sense.
It makes sense, but just to me. What makes up a friendship? Trust.
I am so big on loyalty and on trust. I'm so big on it because I've had many people not be able to trust, and that's a big thing. I have trust issues. Like, I feel like a lot of people have trust issues, and it's something that really a lot of people have. I just like to, well, no, you can trust me, but I have to be able to trust you, and that's the thing that seems to clear. Is I'm very, 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 like, I pride myself in how trustworthy I am, because I don't like that. I don't like being unloyal. I don't like being untrustworthy, because I feel like it just makes you look bad if you're not trustworthy. And so I'm always very solid in that. But then I'll have other people, and it's like I'll give them that, and then I'll do something for them, or that I'll tell them something, and then it just goes everywhere. And it's like, you gotta have the trust, mutual respect and mutual trust. It has to be there to have a friendship.
Right. Trust isn't a one-way street. Yeah. On a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you know yourself?
you would have asked me this a week ago, I probably would have said 10. But now, yes.
A week ago?
No.
What happened within a week to make you question that?
Well, a lot of things I found new about myself in the past week that I didn't know I had. I didn't know I had in me. I didn't know that it was a cause and effect from something.
Okay.
So I didn't realize those things were there because I had a lot of habits. I didn't know where those. I just thought, oh, it's me.
Mhm.
Nah, I had a core value to all of them, and I didn't know that. And so now it's like I would have said 10, and now I'm like, well, probably like a 7.
Okay. Still a lot to figure out.
Yeah, because I obviously know who I am,
Mm-hmm.
but there's something attached to me that's trying to consume who I am, and I'm like, that's what I'm trying to get off me.
Get the venom off, kind of situation. So this is the last question for the 15 connection questions. Name something you dream of doing but haven't accomplished yet.
My YouTube channel.
Yeah? Well,
Yeah.
that is a very good segue into our next segment, which is life in general. And so we have talked a little bit about this before. You said you want to get back into having a YouTube channel. What are you wanting to accomplish with that? What are you wanting to portray on it? What is the overall message that you want to give to people through it?
I'm definitely still trying to figure it out because I really loved when I was little making those videos because it was a way of expressing myself, and I honestly really want to do it now, but I'm just like going back and forth. I obviously want to do makeup. I love makeup, something I obviously completely want to do, but I also love story times, and I love explaining things that happen in my life that were crazy. And I also love motivational talks. I love being able to just have real, deep conversations with people and expressing that because I went through a really hard time in 8th grade, and I want to try and show people how they can get through that.
Okay.
And so I kind of want to tell my story in some way. I don't think I'm ready to yet.
Okay.
But I'd like to start the YouTube channel to be able to do it one day.
Okay. Just almost to get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of already answered this. I know you had a YouTube channel before for makeup tutorials. Are you planning on starting your YouTube channel off with that, like kind of getting back into it with more of the, doing instead of the story times with the makeup?
Well, actually, I filmed this multiple times, and every time I delete it because I don't like it, because I'm a perfectionist. But the biggest thing I had was, like, I did a video of me doing my makeup, just getting ready, doing my makeup, and I talked about rumors that were about me, and explaining if they were true, if they were wrong, if they were right, like, just explaining the things I've heard about myself and explaining if they were true, because I feel like a lot of things are not true, and I also kind of wanted to be, like, my first video back be like with a bang.
What are you most looking forward to with having that YouTube channel?
I want to be able to like inspire people, if it's through makeup, if it's through speaking, if it's through just any type of inspiration. I think it's really cool, and I want to be able to like not be the one that like I don't want to have a YouTube channel just to like expose people, if that makes sense, because I've seen a lot of those, and like I want to be me and express me, and also like show people that they're okay, because like I said, I went through a really hard time a couple years ago, and I want to be able to express that you're gonna be okay. Yeah. And so I want to kind of just spread awareness to like a lot of things, and just kind of just share good things out into the world.
Okay. Well, and I think you'll accomplish that. I mean, you're very motivational, you're very upbeat, you're very, not peppy, but bubbly, in a very good sense of way. You know how to keep the mood very light, which is a talent I wish I had.
And I'm not fake in that bubbliness. That's the big thing. A lot of people think because I'm really happy, it's like fake, but none of it is fake. It's very real. I just am a very giggly human being.
So, switching gears a little bit, I know you have a talent for photography, and how did you get into that?
Okay. think. There's literally pictures. So my brother is also really big into photography, and there's literally pictures, and it's so funny. So when I was like, I think like 4, he would take pictures of me, and he's the only one I would pose for. Like my mom, no, my dad, no. I would always pose for my brother, and we do like stupid pictures, and like there's this one picture is like me doing. There were good pictures, and then there was one picture where my brother put a like a paper towel roll, like the cardboard, in my hand, and he was like, pose with it, and I went.
It's like this
picture, and I always just pose for him. And then when I got older, I had an Instagram at the age of 4, in 4th grade. I don't know how old I was, but I know it was in 4th grade because that's when I got my iPod, and I took pictures on there. They were really cringy, but at the time I thought they were good. And then I got my first camera, which I still have. Christmas of 6th grade. Okay. And it's a really crappy camera. It was $90, which is a lot, but it's not the greatest thing in the world. And I still have it, but it's not really good for videoing. It's not even good for pictures.
On there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay camera, and I had it for a while, and I took pictures, and I took Will's my brother's senior pictures on it. So they turned out really good. Now, I just like, because I'm such into art and stuff, and I also do like model in them somewhat. Right. I do love taking like artistic pictures that people want to think of. Excuse me. Okay. And my brother, like I said, he has a nice new camera. It was like $500, a big difference. He's got a nice camera. Yeah. But I actually really like, but barely lets me use it, but that's okay. I used it for my boyfriend's senior pictures. And he took some of me when we were in Colorado, and they were really pretty, and I really liked them. I also just take a lot of pictures just on my phone. I always just loved either being in pictures or just taking pictures to see like a different view of them, because you can almost like, this is one picture I absolutely love. It's on my Instagram, and it's a picture of me through the trees. Okay. And there's like trees all around me. And it's funny, in the moment you don't see that. Yeah. But then the picture is taken, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow. Yeah. And I was just fixing my shoe. That's all I was doing. And there's like me here, and the trees are just centering around me. And I didn't realize until Will sent me the picture, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Yeah. And I did a thing about, it's whatever you focus on, it's what you're going to get. You can focus on the trees versus on how you are the middle, but there's so many things around you that you should appreciate. And I was just like, just really amazing what a picture can do.
It's a split-second perspective that brings immense beauty. And that's the thing, it's a split second. That's what's crazy about it. You can't replicate that, no matter how hard you try.
Yeah.
So, have you thought about pursuing either YouTube or photography as a career? Like, is that something you want to do, or is that something that's just like kind of a side business?
Well, my brother and I, we always joke about how I'm going to be a famous YouTuber and he's going to be a famous entrepreneur. Nice. Sorry, that's a really hard thing to say. But he's going to college for entrepreneurship, and he's going to make his own business, and he's determined that he's going to do great. And we always talk about how he's going to be that, and then I'm going to be a famous YouTuber because I'm just I love doing that type of thing. I obviously haven't done it in a really long time, but so I wouldn't make that as my priority because I am going to college. I've been going to college since sophomore year. Okay. Junior year. I'm senior now. It's weird. It's a weird thing, but we're seniors now. It's weird.
Yeah, I know, right? We're gonna say bye to high school in a year, and life, that's gonna start at one point.
Yeah, that's what, I've been doing college since sophomore year, so I'm kind of doing business as well. So if I'm going to also, because people said you should make a bakery because I'm really good at baking, and people have told me I should do makeup as a makeup artist, and that's just, YouTube's a hard game, makeup artist is a really hard game. Yeah. And personally, I know this is very controversial, but I do not think makeup classes or makeup, going to college for makeup is very needed to be a makeup artist.
You can
There's
learn
a lot
at
of people
home.
that say that is needed and it's something that you need to have. It's like,
If you have a talent, you have
I
a
did
talent.
this on my own.
Yeah.
I don't
University
need
of
a college.
YouTube, people.
Yeah, I would never do like going to college. I know a couple people are like, I'm going to beauty school. I'm like, good for you, do that. But if there's something that comes up, you won't have the credentials to do it. And you can learn beauty online. You can do it on YouTube, on anything. You can't learn business online. You have to go, you can learn some of it, but most of it's at school. You can learn makeup online all you want. And so I just feel like I am going to school for business and gonna try, and I wanted to graduate with my associates, but I didn't get enough classes. But I'm gonna be graduating. I'm gonna be in my junior year of college, so that's gonna be nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same scholarly level as my boyfriend, which is really funny. He's mad about. He's like, why do you what? But yeah, I've taken. I think I did like 12 classes.
Okay.
It's insane how many classes I've taken. But always.
Hey, the beauty of being homeschooled. You can be a college student in high school.
Exactly.
Yes. Well, thank you, Gwen. You have been a lovely guest on the show. Hopefully we'll have you back soon. And I hope that your YouTube channel takes off and we might even do kind of a touch base with you when you get that up and running, see how it's going for you. But for the moment, we're going to have to end the video since we're coming to the 30-minute mark. But thank you so much. You have been great, and I hope everything, for your YouTube channel and life goes well for you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, bye, guys. Hope to see you in another Truck Talks episode. Remember to like and subscribe and comment down below if you want to see Gwen in any other videos. All right. We'll be signing off. Bye.